who needs to hear this, but if you come from an environment where there was a lot of struggling financially, and where there was a lot of, I'm about to break it to you guys that struggling financially a lot of times happens here. Doesn't actually happen with the money. But if you come from an environment like that, I need to break it to you. When the Lord finally elevates you and you become rich, which you will, the need to make unwise decisions will start arising. It will start arising because there is a trauma in you that needs to be healed, that is always wanting to constantly convince you that you need what you don't need, because back when you was broke, back when you was living in the scarcity mindset, you didn't have it. So now that you're grown, you need to have it. But you don't always need to have what you wanted to have before, okay? There are things that you naturally want because you're broke, actually. And when you actually become rich, you don't want those things anymore. And it's okay. But the thing is that your trauma will convince you that you need to get it to prove to your trauma, to prove to yourself that yes, I can afford it. And eventually you're going to keep on cycling in that cycle until you end up in debt. I promise you. The Holy Spirit revealed that to me through an experience that I went through. I love yogurt a lot. I love drinking yogurt a lot, and since the Lord has elevated me, I have been indulging a lot in drinking yogurt, and I know the Lord doesn't mind, but there were points in my life that after the Lord elevated me, what I had spoken prior about started happening. I started buying things just to reassure myself, like, okay, I got this money now. And although I'm not a rich millionaire yet, but I can say for sure that my financial status is not what it used to be before. The amount of money that I hold now, I'm still not a millionaire. The amount of money that I hold right now is not something I ever imagined that I would hold it. And PSA, I don't work. I just serve my mother. I don't have any work. And the reason for that is because I've not felt led to start a work yet by God. And whatever, keep your opinions to yourself. I don't want to hear it. All that I want to hear is from Holy Spirit. But there is that. So now that you understand my viewpoint, you understand how much is a big deal for me. The amount of money that the miraculous ways that the Lord has been blessing me in different ways, that is actually not just from me serving my mother. I have been getting blessed by the Lord in different immense ways, and it's not just from serving my mother. I'm getting from there, but it's not just from serving my mother. And I don't know, this is confirmation from somebody. Okay, the Lord will come through for you. I promise you. He made you. He's going to take care of you. But let's get into it. I love yogurt, and I like getting yogurt, and I know that the Holy Spirit has never convicted me about me getting yogurt, but a few days ago, a week ago, I actually made a crazy unwise decision to get yogurt that I actually did not mean, okay? I wanted to drink yogurt, and I would, okay? I wasn't feeling convicted not to drink yogurt, but I bought more than I could drink because there was a voice in my head telling me, you should get this. You can afford it. Remember back when you used to want to get this, but you couldn't get it? You should get this. And remember what I told you. One thing about being elevated by God is that your traumas are going to rear up and come up and just be like, you should totally get what you used to want to get once you were back when you was broke. But I'm telling you guys that just because there are certain things, desires that you have because you're broke, and when the Lord essentially elevates you, those desires want to go, like they go away like poof poof, but then your traumas try to forcefully bring up those desires. And that was what happened to me. The yogurt ended up wasting, and I ended up getting convicted by the Holy Spirit in a way like, I know you can afford this, Aisha, but did you have to buy what you didn't want to drink? You knew was not gonna drink everything, but you ended up buying it. And one thing about me is that I always acknowledge how I feel. I think it's the Holy Spirit's guidance. And when I was getting that thing, I knew that I could not finish it. I could not end up finishing it. I just knew that I should not be getting this kind of yogurt because it was like a large can, but I still ended up getting, because my traumas were like, you should get it, you should get it, you should get it, you should get it, just to prove to yourself like, you're not more broke. But I'm just realizing that I have absolutely nothing to prove. I have no business trying to prove anything to myself, and definitely not my traumas. to whomever this is for, you should not be proving anything to your traumas. And I would like to also point out that this scarcity mindset of a thing also shows up when you want to be following trends. You want to follow trends. You just want to follow trends. Just because a Bugatti is trending, you want a Bugatti. If there's anything that I've learned so far from the Holy Spirit is buy what you like. Don't buy based on any influence. Buy what you want in a wise way. Okay? For example, you want a house, right? And the 3-bedroom flat is okay for you, right? With a pool, with a garden, it's okay. But there's this part of your trauma that's gonna go and convince you should get a 10-bedroom. And I know you can afford it, but it is a sin when you are doing your finances like that, because that's essentially giving into your traumas. Okay, so the Holy Spirit used that yogurt instance to show me, hey Aisha, because you grew up in a family that operates in the poverty and scarcity mindset. You are now operating in poverty and scarcity mindset. Let me tell you guys, being influenced by your trauma to do something is a form of scarcity mindset. It's a scarcity mindset. Okay, if you're buying something just to prove to yourself that you're no more broke, it is a scarcity mindset. If you are buying a car just to show off to somebody like, yeah, I can afford this car, it's a scarcity mindset. Buy a car because you want to buy a car, because a car is nice, because a car is going to take you to places. Don't buy a car because you want to prove something to somebody. That's what a scarcity mindset looks like. And I want to talk about something very powerful that the Holy Spirit highlighted to me. He said that when we operate in this kind of mindset, he said that what we're essentially doing is that we are holding on to yesterday's bread. And yesterday's bread cannot sustain you for today. Let yesterday's bread be yesterday's bread, and let today's bread be today's bread. It's literally in Psalm 23. Where it's like, give us this day our daily bread. We need daily bread. Yesterday's bread will not sustain us. We should not be like the Israelites that we are storing manna for the next day. You are storing manna for the next day, even though God said, take what you need for today. But they still went and took manna for the next day, and God is like, literally, oh my God, this is also the manna ended up getting spoiled, because the manna was not meant to. Today's manna was not yet meant to be tomorrow's manna, and that is what happened to me with the yogurt situation. I was listening so much to my trauma to an extent where I had a craving for yogurt. I should buy the yogurt that I want to drink today. And if I want to drink yogurt tomorrow, I should go and buy it tomorrow. But because I had that manna, that Israelite mindset, I ended up buying manna for tomorrow and next tomorrow. And what happened? The manna ended up spoiling because God said, today's bread. Now, here is the pivotal point that is going to break a lot of people's minds. You came from a family. A lot of you, 50% of people came from families that were actually not struggling financially, but they were struggling financially, mentally, okay? They were, because they had this scarcity mindset. A lot of us come from families that we're not rich, we're not poor, but we are dealing with a scarcity mindset, okay? That mindset that says, the mindset, Holy Spirit, please remind me. The mindset that can afford something but chooses not to buy it because it is scared that if it buys it, it is going to, the money in their hand is going to finish. A lot of us come from families like that. And the Holy Spirit again highlighted this situation to me today where I actually, pray for me please guys, this ear is hurting me. It started hurting me yesterday and I was gonna go and buy some medicine, but I ended up not buying medicine because I was just gonna observe, because I'm Africans like to observe before they act or go to the hospital or go to the pharmacy. So I was going to observe if it was going to still, my ears were going to still hurt me today. So the ear pain started yesterday and I still felt it today. So today I made, because like I would never have made that decision to go to the pharmacy and get pills. Like I would rather live through the pain than get pills. Not because I cannot afford it, But because I've so much operated in the scarcity mindset, and I inherited the scarcity mindset, and because the Holy Spirit showed it to me, I was then ready to start spending on things that I needed, and spending wisely, and spending with having the knowledge that God is always going to provide for me. And so I ended up buying medicine today. Praise be to God. I bought medicine today, and my ear feeling so much better. And in that moment, I felt the Holy Spirit saying that this scarcity mindset can kill people, because people are literally gonna end up dying because they refuse to buy whatever it is that they need to buy, because they refuse to make whatever decision financially that they need to make. Okay, so this has been a crazy roller coaster. So concerning overspending, or the other side of scarcity mindset, that you're buying something to reassure your trauma that you actually are not small broke, the Holy Spirit said something to me. He said that He is the one that has the right to make our cup overflow, not us. Okay, the Holy Spirit is the one